This is me in a dental outreach program. And this is what my schedule looked like in second year of dentistry. Yeah, I die a little bit inside when I look at it as well. And I've been balancing not only my classes and my exams, but I've also been part of my department's documentations team, as well as making time for my workouts, my time with friends, and my YouTube channel. Okay, maybe the last part, but yeah, that's... While you might be calling me a tryhard, my simple answer to you is that yes, it was a really bad decision. I sometimes had to skip classes, sometimes I even had to neglect other things just to make time for others. It wasn't fun. But at the same time, I'm only 21, so I'm trying to do as many things as possible before I break my bones even trying. I've been trying to manage my time for years now, and I think I found some pretty useful tips and practices that you can incorporate to your life. And I did make a video on this last time, but I kind of realized it was kind of unrealistic in a way. I've been trying to figure out ways to balance your time better. And with enough research, here are 5 tips I can give you to manage your time better, or how you balance your time, or yeah, whatever title. Yeah, just put a title. Oh, and if everything else fails, there's always OnlyFans. Okay, maybe OnlyFans is not a bad idea. Tip number 1, the 3-split rule. Question: are you human? Because if you are, then you're probably familiar with the term energy. Okay, the way I said that sounded way too condescending. Throughout the day, we spend energy doing certain tasks, or spend energy on not doing certain tasks. I'm looking at you, by the way. Just kidding, keep watching. And as the day progresses, it leaves us a bit more tired throughout the day. And the more tired we are throughout the day, the more easily we succumb to doing things that are easy, like opening TikTok and suddenly realizing that you spent an hour on that app just mindlessly scrolling. Couldn't be me. Yeah, it's me every day. So how do we take this energy thing and use it to our advantage? Well, this is where the 3-split rule comes in. And no, this is not a term from the Kama Sutra. Now, normally how people would schedule or plan their day is that they would have a list of tasks and they would just go through them without really thinking much. And trust me, the mere act of making a to-do list is already a powerful thing to do, but you could even take it further by incorporating the 3-split rule. Split. Jesus Christ, I'm so fucking unfunny. Divide your day into 3 parts: high energy, moderate energy, and low energy. Your high energy part of the day is usually when your brain works at maximum power and you have the most energy. I'm not saying that your brain doesn't work in general, but I digress. Usually this is in the mornings after you wake up. Hey everyone, so currently it's like 7 a.m. in the morning or 8 a.m. in the morning, and I've been trying to recently... Why are my eyes hurt? Why is my eyes so red? I've been trying to work out in the morning, so instead of working in the afternoon, I decided to lift weights in the morning, usually before I eat breakfast, and so far it's been great. I haven't been able to really do it for a long time, but it's been really a nice experience so far. I think I'll be continuing to work out in the morning because, I don't know, it just, for some reason in the afternoon, I just feel like I don't want to work out at all. Like for some reason after I'm done with class, or if like it hits 3 p.m. or something, I'm like, oh my god, oh, I have to work out. But luckily in the morning, it's more like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna work out to refresh my day or something. Anyway, it's been nice. I'm gonna work out right now. I'm gonna be doing some back exercises, so yeah. The next part of the day is usually where your brain is still working pretty well, but you kind of hit a bit of fatigue, and the fatigue is catching up to you. This is usually in the afternoon when you're in the middle of the day. My eyes are literally so red. I don't know why the heck my eyes are red. I look like I've been snorting some cocaine. Okay, so currently it's like 1 p.m. right now. I'm supposed to have class. I have genetics right now, but for some reason my prof is not here yet. I don't know if you can see it. It literally says you're waiting for host to join, so I don't know what the hell he's doing. But I mean, no class, I'll take it. But so right now it's in the afternoon. I'm just gonna do some assignments and just going to do some like script writing and stuff for the next videos. I will be going out later we're gonna go out and eat some wonton noodles, which is very good, very nice. Afternoon, just worked out. I feel more refreshed. I notice I feel more refreshed when I'm done working out in the morning rather than the afternoon. Afternoon just feels like a chore. I will be doing my work for today. I also need a haircut. Because look, my hair is like really long now. Why am I talking like this? Anyway, bye. And finally, your low energy part of the day is when you can't be bothered to do anything intensive, so you just end up doing things that don't require much brain power. That could be things like playing games, watching videos. This is usually at night. Now, before we continue, I know some of you clever folk, or most of you in that matter, would ask me, Kaya, you're mistaken. I've actually worked better at night, not in the morning, so you're completely wrong and I'm not subscribing. I don't know why I'm doing this really bad Australian accent. Okay, first of all, mean, but second of all, this rule still applies to everyone. So you do get progressively tired throughout the day. But why are some people more productive at night? Well, simply put, it's because your energy cycle is delayed, and usually this is due to lifestyle. If you do have trouble with your sleep schedule, I'll be making another dedicated video on that in the future, although I'm still struggling because I still sometimes sleep really late for some reason. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Make sure to delegate tasks based on how intensive it is. So for example, in the morning, that's when I usually start studying or reviewing for an exam. Or if I'm working on big projects, like editing a new video or something to that degree, I'm taking advantage of the fact that in the morning, my brain is actually working as intended, unlike most of the time. Make sure to delegate tasks that require a lot of effort, whether that be your brain power, physical activity, or both. Then make sure you put tasks that you normally don't really enjoy too much here. It's at this time when you have the full energy to overcome the "I really don't want to be bothered doing this" type feeling. Then for my afternoons, this is where I delegate my tasks that don't require that much brain power or effort. For example, researching, side studying, script writing. These are the tasks that don't require that much effort compared to tasks I do in the morning. Finally, at the end of the day, this is kind of where I do the fun things, like for example playing games with my friends, pursuing my hobbies, or organizing my life. I'm sorry to break it to you, but organizing your life is not high intensive, okay? It's a productive way to procrastinate. Yeah, I know, very controversial statement. You can lower your pitchforks now. So this is basically AkiFlow. AkiFlow is a sort of one-in-all app that has a to-do list built right into your calendar. Very cool, and what's cool is that you can even integrate it with other apps. Like if you open this tab, there's so many apps you could integrate with. So it's very convenient for me because I have stuff on my Notion and on my Gmail as well and calendar that just syncs right with AkiFlow. So I don't really have to like waste time making tasks for each platform because they're just synced up together. So as you can see on the left, we have my to-do list tasks with different projects and different tags as well. And then here we have the main calendar, which is synced directly with my Google Calendar. So I can even assign different projects to my tasks. So this is more like my studies. This is a personal thing. This is a personal task. And this one is studies as well. I even have tasks already scheduled from my notes. So akiflow has this really cool feature where you can categorize tasks based on priority. We have the green exclamation mark, which is low priority, the yellow, red, and then I'll talk about this later. So the way I split my 3-split rule is that in the morning, I would tend to do my most important red tasks. So for example, my pol sci assignment, which is, it will depend on you, but my pol sci assignment is due tomorrow, but since it's something I would like to be done early, I would make this into a red. So now it's prioritized to high. Next is to organize next month's plan. It's not something I need my brain to really function. Like I just have to plan. So I will make this a low priority. So once I categorize all these tasks, it's time I move them into my day. I'll be using tomorrow as an example because I'm already in the middle of the day. It's 2 p.m. right now, and obviously I can't do most of these in the morning. So I will be scheduling them for the next day. You can just simply drag and drop from the taskbar into your calendar. So during pol sci class, I will be finishing my assignment. Pretty cool. For genetics assignment, I will be doing it during my genetics class, obviously, which is really cool. This is pretty much the plan for tomorrow, which is another tip I will be telling you later. But yeah. Tip number 2 is to set up a hierarchy system. Now that you've delegated your tasks throughout the day, it's time to set up a hierarchical system for them. Now, wait a minute, Car, I thought we already delegated our tasks for today. Well, that's true, but you also have to realize it's kind of hard to start when you have a bunch of tasks presented to you all at once. So this is kind of where your hierarchical system would become useful, and this could literally just be you rearranging your tasks in order. So make sure you finish on top and then you make your way down to the bottom. That sounded weirdly wrong. Now there are 2 ways of doing this, or actually 3 ways. The first way is to go through your tasks by doing the easiest one first and then progressively doing the tasks that get harder. This is what you call your snowball method. You could also do your most challenging task first and then easily break through the more straightforward tasks as you go through them. This is your reverse snowball method. I'm just kidding, I just made that up. I don't know if that's an actual term or not. And finally, if your tasks are equally as difficult, you can just close your eyes and rearrange them randomly and hope for the best. I call this the kind notebook method. So how would I go about doing this when it's a bunch of tasks? I don't know which one to do first. You can simply just rearrange them. You can rearrange them and you can tell yourself, okay, I'm just gonna finish it from top to bottom. So pol sci first, genetics after, then what's on my phone. And it's very easy. It will save you a little bit of time of thinking so that you can just turn off your brain and goes through your tasks. Now this usually takes a few seconds to rearrange. Usually I don't have to do this because I schedule it throughout the day. But if you just have a list of tasks and they're not necessarily schedulable, then you can just accomplish them like that. Tip number 3 is to set a clear goal for the day. Now, even with your tasks and day planned out, it's also important that you know what you're going to be doing that day. So set yourself a goal or highlight for the day. And no, your goal should not be to complete all the tasks. That's not what I mean by goal. By goal or highlight, it's more of a theme for your day, whether that be a theme of you studying or the next exam or you to finish your big project. Having a theme for the day makes it so that you know exactly what you're doing. So I recently found this out, but akiflow added a new feature where you could actually have a goal or a sort of highlight for the day. Among my list of tasks, I need to kind of have a highlight so that I know pretty much what the day is meant to achieve. And what's cool is this symbol right here is basically that. So for today, I pretty much see my what's on my phone as kind of the most important task that I have to do. So I just have to right click and assign it there. And there it says new goal set, you're doing great. And if you see your task, it has a highlight, which is really cool. This is kind of my main task I'll be sort of handling for the day. So if I mark as done, and which is what's cool about akiflow is that it also marks it done on Notion because they're synced together. There, it tells you that your goals are achieved for the day. And I don't know, just that whole graphic just makes me feel like, oh, I accomplished a lot today. So yeah, fortunately, I did not accomplish anything today, so I will have to undo that. Pretty cool feature from akiflow. Yeah. Tip number 4 is to set up your tasks the night before. I find that setting up your tasks the night before is very useful because you don't really have to worry about what you do for the next day. So I recommend you trying this for the next few weeks to see if this works for you. But personally, I find it really helps me sort of set my day already for the next day so I don't have to worry about what to accomplish. You can incorporate this into your night routine where you could have a list of tasks for the next day. You can even go as far as to schedule your tasks in advance, which is quite hard to accomplish. I find it difficult to sort of follow through, especially with an unpredictable nature of our schedule. Something I wish I learned the last time I made a how to manage your time video. But if you're a super productivity machine, then I'd say go for it. I find that setting your tasks the night before is very useful because you don't really have to worry about what you do the next day. So maybe try this for the next few weeks, and if it works for you, it works for you. Now you can do this on writing a to-do list on paper, but I'll be showing you how you can do it on akiflow, which is what I use. Let's say I finished everything except for replying to emails. Because let's say I got lazy and I didn't want to reply to emails. One feature akiflow has is daily shutdown. Basically sort of gives you a review of what you did today. You can see here that it'll show you the tasks that you finished. So these are the tasks that I finished for today, supposedly. And these are tasks that you haven't done. And what's cool about akiflow is that they move it to the next day. So say, oh, you haven't done these tasks, it's fine, we're just gonna move it to the next day. And you can review that. You can see like, oh shit, did I miss anything? Oh, these are the ones I missed. Yeah, sure, move them tomorrow. Or you can be like, okay, I'm gonna do it right now. Shit, I missed them. Let's say I want to move this tomorrow because I can't be bothered and I just want to sleep. So I click this button and move on to tomorrow. And here you can see that you can plan the next day, which is really cool. This is kind of how I plan my day. So for example, it will show you the next day here and you can drag your tasks right into the calendars, which is really cool. So for example, let's say I want to reply to emails tomorrow. I'll schedule this here, and then let's say tomorrow I want to finish my next video, which is how to manage my time, which you're watching right now. I will move this here to editing, and I will also, so yeah, very useful and very convenient for me. And once I'm done, I just click done and you can see that my next day is planned. So having these rituals are it's just really nice to have. One cool feature akiflow has as well is a one-on-one call with a productivity coach. You can easily book a call with their productivity coach to help you sort of plan your productivity system with akiflow. All you have to do is go to the integration tab, go to the right and click book onboarding call. And then you'll be redirected to this place where you could easily direct your call there. I don't see other apps doing this, so it's pretty cool. If you guys are interested in akiflow, you can go down to the link in the description to try it out. And if you're a student, they will give you a 60% student discount. Just use the code shown on the screen or down in the description below. And yeah, 60% off, that's a lot. Tip 5 is the cramming method. During my second year of dentistry, I had quizzes every day, and in every class I had assignments and projects that were just so much work. I just ended up cramming most of my assignments because we were given so little time to finish them. Then it hit me. I was like, wow, I have the capability of doing this much work in so little time. Maybe if I applied this way to other things, then maybe I would have just gotten my work done. So what's this tip? Basically, you have to treat your tasks like you have very little time to accomplish them. I'm not saying this is good for all tasks because you might rush them and you might lower your quality of doing them, but this is more of to help you finish your tasks, period. To sort of give you the boost to be like, oh, okay, I need to get off my ass and start doing this. And this is partly because of Parkinson's law, where it says that work fills up the time allotted to it. And I noticed that the laziness really comes from the fact that you have more free time than usual. Said, treat your tasks like they're essential to do and that they need to be done by the end of the day. You'll notice that you'll be start working on them immediately, which is a good thing in the long run. Finally, the last tip I have for you is that you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. So don't worry if you don't follow through your schedule perfectly. Success doesn't come from being perfect. If you're perfect every day, then there's no meaning. It comes from picking yourself up from your failures. Because remember, this is a marathon, not a race. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to drink your water.